What is up, everybody? Look at this. You got the Bourbon Bros here going on. Welcome to another episode of the Chasing Daylight podcast. Joe and I flying solo tonight. This is the Chasing Daylight podcast. Kind of in a groove there. What is up, brother Joe? Sorry, I'm watching.
How's it going? How's it
I'm
going,
watching-
brother Matt?
I'm watching Under the Banner of Heaven, and so
Oh yeah. I still need to finish that.
oh, finish it. How
Yeah.
can you not finish that?
Well,
Good
I started
heavens.
reading the book years and years and years ago. I never finished the book, but it's something Katie would not be into. So
It's kind of
difficult.
true crime-ish, right?
Yeah, man. Yeah. Me and my brothers, we call each other brother, and then our first name. So I have brother Donald and brother Nick and brother Nate. That's like what we do. I don't know where it started. I think my brothers started it, but yeah, it's pretty funny. What's up,
Right, Jeremy
brother
just-
Don?
Jeremy just texted, said he'll be on in a minute. So
Okay, cool.
yeah. So how you doing, man? You just spent some time hanging out with Birdies and Bogies, or Bourbons and Bourbons. God, let me try that again.
Birdies
and Bourbon. Good
Yeah.
Lord.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
recorded an episode with them. You want to divulge any info? Say
Yeah.
what?
So I jumped on a podcast with them from Atlanta. For those that have tuned in weekly, know that Cal from Birdies and Bourbon was the one that handed me clubs while I was out at Sweetens and let me hit some shots with his clubs, and it was a good talk. He's on his way to Bandon end of this month, so he kind of like picked my brain a little bit. I'm always down to talk Bandon with anybody, even
Absolutely.
if you're listening, like, and you're going to Bandon, like, please call me. I'll give you my cell phone number. Like, I'll talk to you for the next 36 weeks until you go, whatever it is. Bandon is the greatest place on earth. And yeah, so I talked to them about that. Talked to them a little bit about the Chasing Daylight podcast. Like I said, they're out of Atlanta. Cal plays Sweetens a lot. So yeah, it was a good time. They know their bourbon way better than I do, and it's something I'm getting into lately. So it was cool to pick their brain a little bit. Cal and Dan. Dan is in Raleigh, North Carolina, which is coming up at some point soon. So cool to hear a little bit about that, and spots to eat and spots to hit and blah blah blah. I mean, talk golf, talk bourbon, talk Bandon. It was a good time. Check them out. Their episodes come out every Tuesday. I think is what it is. So it's a great three punch. I was thinking about this. So it's a great three punch. Like No Laying Up usually comes out on Monday.
Or Sunday
Birdies and
night.
Bourbon comes out on Tuesdays. And they talk a lot about golf fantasy and bets, and they're fantastic at picking out the dark horses and the sleepers, those high percentage picks, which I think that's one of the things that made me fall in love with them, because they're picking the Emiliano Grillos and the Patrick Rogers like I like to pick a lot. So it's cool to get some validation because that's who I pick. So it was cool to hear that. And then on Wednesdays you got Chasing Daylight podcast. It's a great start to your week, and then by the time you're done with Chasing Daylight, it's almost the weekend and it's time to play golf. So
Play some golf. Watch some.
that's the
pro
way
golf.
to do it. And
Hi, Jeremy.
Hello.
If you're older than 35, you probably only listen to podcasts and NPR anyway. So throw them in the rotation.
Okay, Jeremy, I know you don't have a lot of time, so we're going to knock out some stuff with you really quickly.
Sounds good. I'm sorry too, by the way.
Oh, no, hey, some people gotta, work.
If anyone's hiring a
Yeah.
software engineer that can work normal hours, give me a shout.
So let's talk about Paiute, because you and I both have played
Yeah.
it recently. I played it on Friday with Plumber and love you, Bob West, and we started early, so the grasshoppers didn't they were all frozen in the fairways. It
Mhm.
was hilarious. They're like, I go, Bob, you're not gonna bend down and give one of these guys CPR, are you? Wake up, buddy. Wake up, buddy. And by the time I think we made the turn, just right before we made the turn, they started waking up. And then the back nine, it was insane. Well, I showed you the video. It was like, some shit you see in the Bible. I mean, it was
Mhm.
crazy. You played today where you started in the afternoon. Now I played the Sun course, and the Sun course was in great shape. I didn't see, like, in your picture that you sent to us just a little while ago, it looked like it had been
I couldn't believe it.
like they had let a couple herds of sheep on the course.
Yeah.
It
Yeah, like a
looked
lot of burrowing animal free drops out there. That's what it looked like.
It was
wow.
horrific. So the worst green was, I think that was 12. It's the hole right before the drivable-ish par dogleg par 4.
Hmm.
I
Okay.
think
Yeah.
it's 12 or 13. So, I mean, the crickets, they were really bad, like driving, and it's just like
Dude,
parting the Red Sea of crickets, like everywhere.
I had bugs
Uh,
splat on my windshield because we didn't have a fourth, so I rode alone. And I had to like pick up the seat, to where you get to where the batteries are.
hmm
I had to pick up the seat to drop all of them down so they wouldn't crawl up my back while I was driving.
Yeah.
I'd never seen that many on a course before.
Yeah, we played with a guy. He kind of came towards the middle of the round and joined us, and he's a member out there. And he said every few years we get him out here. This is probably the worst I've seen it in like 10 years. So
Wow.
yeah. Anyway, so we get there, and it's just I'm like, did they aerate the greens? And so we walk up there, and it's literally thousands of crickets on every single green. Um, some of the greens, I was trying to figure out which holes and why they were worse on some holes, and it's any hole that has water, they weren't really there. But if the holes that are further east, like along the fence line,
Oh my
were the
God, they were
worst.
terrible.
And the greens look dried out and dead. It's like putting on nothing. Like I don't even know how to explain it. Like you
See,
could
and that's what's
drag
crazy
your
because
putter
they,
and you
they
would
were
tear up dirt.
they were perfect on Friday on Sun. I mean, flawless. They were
hmm
probably rolling.
Which is normal.
Yeah, I mean, they were firm and fast. I mean, they were rolling like 11 and a half to 12s. I mean, it was
Yeah.
fast.
They were rolling
But
fast too. Most of the greens were really good. The parts that were the worst though were around the greens. So even if the green was in pristine condition, the fringe and the rough around it, you could tell the insects have just completely destroyed it.
wow.
Oh, I'm so surprised.
I know.
I
It was
you would think they would have something to combat that.
I know. And the guy was like, they can't do anything because anything they would put down would kill all the birds and the other wildlife. So which I think if as it gets colder, it'll it
Oh,
won't be
they're
a
not going
problem
to come out.
anymore, but
Yeah.
it was crazy.
I mean, we face this every once in a while, every, I don't know, 5, 6 years in Vegas with the
Yeah, you
grasshopper
get the
invasion. I
um
mean, it was pretty bad at Coyote as well. When we played on Sunday, and like I know Cyrus had played out there recently, and he said the grasshoppers were ridiculous, and he couldn't even putt, and
Mhm.
but they were out there too. Like
Yeah.
they were really out there. Every time we would drive down the cart path down the fairway, I'd cover my mouth with my hoodie
Yep.
because it was.
Yep, same.
Dude, I was beating them off my clothes as I was driving. I was sitting in the middle of the cart, putting the gas with my left foot and steering with my left hand on the right side of the steering wheel, like leaning up against the windshield because there was so many.
There was
And
one,
Yeah.
I can't
I
remember what
look
hole.
back and Bob's just standing there like God in the middle of the fairway going,
Yeah.
"My friends,
It's like
my
a horror
friends come to
movie.
me."
It's like a freaking horror movie. There was one I was hitting the shot and I get in my backswing and the one jumps up and hits me right in the eyeball and I ended up
Oh, geez.
shanking.
Oh,
It was just like, dude.
Oh,
So I'm on
damn
with my hoodie and my
grasshoppers.
sunglasses. I look like the Unabomber, like riding in the. It was
I mean,
unbelievable.
I remember back in like 2007 when I was a big skateboarder, and they had the big swarm came to town, and when we were at the skate park, they were literally all over the place, and you'd be cruising down the sidewalk, and you just hear crunch, 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 crunch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Because there's
the
so
El
many of
Nino,
them.
when the El Nino happens is when they come. And I mean, we had a really
Well, you
wet
know what the El Nino
monsoon
is,
season.
right?
Yeah, I do.
PGA Tour at a Greg Norman course this weekend.
Oh,
That's the El
goodness.
Nino in Mexico. A
Yeah.
Mexico stop.
Yes. The Victor Hovland Open.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
It
live.
was very weird though.
It's great. I mean, it's surprising to see those pictures of Paiute. Really
Yeah,
surprising.
they're gonna recover from it, and it'll be back
Oh,
to
yeah.
normal as soon
Mhm.
as these fuckers leave. But I'm wondering if the other courses in town that aren't on the outskirts are feeling the same thing. Like, is Revere feeling it? I have to reach out to some people and see. I haven't
Well, I mean,
seen.
all reports of Revere is it's incredible right now. So
Mhm. Yeah, it's funny how many people have sent me messages asking what tees we're playing
Mm.
because they're out getting practice rounds in.
Yeah.
Yeah, and from what I've heard, the rough is
it's rough.
brutal.
Yeah. Well, that's it. I had a buddy
Championship
tell
level
me
golf.
someone that's new to golf. His name's Wes. He's a coworker. So he said he's like he hit me up. He needs a set of clubs, and I told him to go see Las Vegas Golf Superstore, of course. Told him to go say what's up to Lawrence and tell him you know the
Matt's
people at
Garage.
VGN. But anyway, so I told him I was like, you're gonna have a brutal time out there right now because it's thick. Make sure you hit the fairway if you're any way possible. Make sure you hit the fairway because that rough is thick right now. All reports say it's lush green and thick. So yeah, I'm excited to get out there.
Yeah. It's been a while for me. I don't think I've played there this year, maybe. At
Ooh.
Leck.
What? Are you serious?
Maybe early spring, but I can't remember going out there since last fall.
I can't wait. I can't wait. Last day of daylight savings.
Mm-hmm.
We set our clocks back Saturday night. So, and I put a message out on Discord. So if you're not following along on Discord and you listen to the show, after the tournament, we're all going to head down to Rebellion Pizza. I went in and chatted with them today, and they're like, I'm not gonna like say I can reserve a spot for you, but we're not gonna turn you away. So just come on in. So, yeah, gonna go hang out there and give out our awards and support one of the best local pizza spots in Vegas.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun day for me.
Yeah,
We got a wedding Friday night in.
you got a long drive.
Where is it?
Yeah, just it's just north of Copper Rock a little bit.
Mm.
So we're driving back Saturday morning and then probably dropping the fam off and heading straight to Revere.
Wow.
You can just
So
have them drop you off, and I'll take you home.
I thought about that, but
Eh.
I want to change
Then
clothes.
Then you're stuck with me. Oh yeah, that's true. Well, I figured you'd have all your golf attire to change into Saturday morning.
We're Nish and Chris, two very amateur golfers, on a quest to play the top 100 courses in the UK and Ireland, after Chris set this challenge on a drunken Saturday night in my kitchen. Join us on our frequently humorous journey of a lifetime as we grapple with the logistical and financial challenge of playing some of the best courses in the world, as well as grappling with our games, because let's face it, it's never just about playing. Sometimes the score matters too. Listen to the Top 110 Golf Podcast wherever you get your podcasts.
Yeah, I mean it'll be a nice little break in the drive and everything. So, but I'm excited. I can't wait.
Jeremy, how'd you play today? Are you ready for Saturday?
I shot 75. It was strong winds all day.
Yeah.
Really, the story of the day was getting up and down for par. That's pretty much. I think I hit like 5 greens and got up and
Did you-
down a dozen times.
Nice. That's
So,
good.
Yeah.
That's good. Okay, so Jeremy and I also played in the Saturday group out at Club at Sunrise. And this was the second time I put the ping in play because I played it on Friday at Paiute, and I mean it was 48 degrees when we were on the range. It was really cold, so it was kind of hard to get loose out there. But I tried, and I hit Rob's stock shaft, and man, that thing launches low. I mean, like crazy low. So then I had switched. I took the blue out because I saw all the data from the blue link, put the black link in, hit it, and I was like, this is working really, really well. So I played it, hit 12, 14 fairways. I mean, was really happy. It's easy to hit fairways on the Sun course because, I mean, there's a couple holes where you have a little bit of a challenge on where to line up, but for the most part, it's pretty wide open. And then you go to Club at Sunrise the next day and play squishy tee boxes, wet fairways, and minuscule fairways in comparison to Paiute. And yeah, did not do so well with the driver there. Just it wasn't the setup. It was me, entirely me. Once I realized that I was just lacking on my turn, I started striping it a lot better. We're pretty happy with that setup right now. But for all those who chimed in and were saying what was going to happen, lower launch, less spin, more fairways, about the same distance. So pretty much what Jeremy said last week. Not losing anything, not gaining anything.
But you know what? There was more of turbulators.
You know what? The turbulators didn't bother me. Didn't bother me at all. And I was surprised. I every time I've looked at one of those, I've gone, God, what is this chaos on top? But honestly, it sets up so damn square. All I'm looking at is that angle at the ball, and
what
didn't
is
bug
the
me.
official ping name for those? Because I guarantee you, it's not turbulators.
I think it is turbulators.
No, I think it is turbulators. That video came out, I think, based on Ping saying that they're called turbulators.
Wow. Okay. If they are, then
hey, we'll have to reach out to somebody with Ping.
Yeah.
I'll reach out to Dana and ask her, see if she knows if there's an official term. We'll have Bob reach out to Seamus too. Hey, you know what? Speed nubs. Speed enhancers. So Hovland won in, where did he win? No, not Hovland. Bradley, Keegan Bradley. He won Zozo with the new G430. Seamus just won with the G430. We got Victor playing at his own tournament this weekend. And he's going to be gaming it. So there's a really good chance that Ping goes win with their new driver.
Yeah.
Wow, crickets.
No, I mean the Hovland Dacoba.
Yeah, Hovland Dacoba. So Jeremy, you hit it twice. Snapped hooked it twice. But you said you like the way it sets up.
I've always, if I wasn't playing a Titleist, I would be playing a Ping for sure. I don't care. The turbulators don't bother me. It actually, for me, it feels like it helps you line it up a little easier. And it's just, the thing I like about the Ping is it is so damn square. Like,
I mean, I'm just stunned.
Yeah.
After playing with it at a little bit at 5-iron, and then Friday and Saturday, I was in the garage and I grabbed the TaylorMade, and it looks like it's 20 degrees open now compared. It's wild.
And I love how you can, I mean, even on their fairways woods, you can make them flat and, go down. I think it's 2 degrees. I think it's pretty sure it's 2, but it's like the only fairway wood or only driver that looks open to me when you adjust it that way.
I'm going to, I think tomorrow, I'm going to head over to Las Vegas Golf Superstore and bring in that black TR, which, yeah, you guys were 100% right on that. I was so wrong about thinking that was between a black and a blue. No, it's it's a stiffer version on the butt and tip end of the black. So yeah, you guys were dead on with that.
Yeah.
But I hit it really well
Mhm.
at 5-iron. The numbers were pretty solid with that sim head, and in comparison, the ping, and I didn't get a whole bunch of data. We were kind of pressed for time and just wanted to get done. And by the time we were done, I was like, I'm going home. So I didn't get a huge sampling, but the ping was better for me on almost every data point.
Hmm.
So I think I'm going to take the that black TR into Las Vegas Golf Superstore tomorrow and put it in a stealth and see what happens. And if I don't see anything that's like, wow, then I'm going to put it in the ping for Saturday.
Ooh.
Mm.
Pre-tourney tinkering.
Pre-tourney tinkering. Oh, Jeremy, tell Joe what I did with the long neck on Saturday.
He played with it and he putted so good. Like,
Oh my God.
that thing just needs to stay in the bag.
I putted so well with it. It was unbelievable.
Dear Logan.
Dear Logan, your divot tools are too much.
Are too expensive.
I
me.
want 5, but I'm not going to buy them.
I'd rather use a T.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're sick, but God, I'm
They're
not
sick. Yeah, I
they're
can't
so
sp- I-
fucking sick.
yeah.
I'm just not doing it
I can't.
because I
spend
want to use it.
$170.
I want to use it.
Mhm.
You know, I want to put it in my pocket and use it. And
Yeah.
I mean, any fuck up you got that you don't want to, you know, little milling accidents, you know, big chunks taken out of it. I'll gladly take those off your hand. But yeah, if you didn't see that, Logan released his first ever divot tool, and
Yeah.
I mean, it's stunning
It looks
and it's
great. It
gorgeous,
looks great.
like
It looks
most
great.
all of his other stuff. But whew,
Hefty price tag.
yeah. All right. So, Jeremy, while you're still here, congratulations on the pick this last week
Thank you. Finally.
Yeah.
with Seamus. Finally, I mean, I had to look back. The last time you won,
It's like
You pick-
2021, 2020.
You picked
yeah.
Justin Thomas, Rory, or
Oh no! Can you guess who it was?
Sung J
This is
M.
a good one.
Sungjae,
Jordan
or
Spieth, Sanjay.
Sungjae, Jordan Spieth, or Justin Thomas.
Do you have any idea?
Can't remember.
It was Harris English
Hmm.
at the
Oh,
Travelers.
Wow.
Yes, back on. Let's see, that was the 2020. It was in 2021. Yeah, so
Wow.
it's been a while, Jeremy.
Yeah.
Been a while.
Congratulations.
Yes, much congratulations. Seamus played really well
Mhm.
over
Going
there.
chalk. Going chalk. Congrats.
He jumped up to second place past me. I'm like way behind. Well, not I'm 190 points behind. But Joe had another strong showing
Thank
from
you.
a dog, Patrick Rogers. He finished third, tied for third. I had a stupid pick.
I don't even know the person you picked. Honestly.
We don't even need to talk about it. It's okay. But it was
Douglas McKenfrey. What was his name?
It was William Henceforthman.
That dude should probably quit playing golf and go open up an Irish fucking pub wherever he's from. McKinsman's.
Yeah.
Just make sure you got some good meatloaf.
The funniest part was after picking Garrigus.
Garrigus. Oh, I thought it was Garrigus.
Yeah.
Okay.
I remembered he was one of the first ones to ask for release to play in the live event, and I went, I swear to God, I saw his name. Did I just pick a live golfer for a PGA event?
Why did you pick him? Like, how did that even?
Because of the meme.
How does that even happen?
Because it was just a feel good moment. His wife is tweeting and making fun of DJ and Pat Perez, and I thought it was hilarious.
I remember this. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Whisky Joe was flowing last week, so
And after reading or listening to The Subtle Art and Not Giving a Fuck, you're like, fuck it.
I didn't give a fuck. Who am I gonna pick?
Hey, fuck it.
Fuck it. So
Case of the fuck it.
I went shot in the dark times 10 and failed miserably. So that was my first miscut of the season.
Yeah, who's gonna win the Butterfield event in Bermuda? Garrigus McKenfrey.
Hey, if he would have played well, you'd be like, "What the fuck, man? How did you know that?"
Yeah, if I
It
had
just
answered
shows you
and
that I
played
don't
well.
know. Just shows you I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. So don't ever go with my picks. Ever go with my picks. So, Jeremy, are you gonna be? Do you got to bounce?
Yeah.
Okay, so give us your pick for this week. We'll
Haven't even looked.
Billy Horschel.
The slow putter
Wow.
himself.
Billy Horschel. All right, he's up there in the favorites. So
Yeah. I thought about going Victor, but I couldn't do 2 weeks in a row of just full chalk.
of what? Of winning?
Yeah.
Because I can tell you this: if Joe doesn't take him, I am.
Yeah.
There was no way I thought I was gonna get picking third half Hovland, but
Oh, it's the Worldwide Tech Championship this
Yes.
time, right?
yeah,
Change.
they changed.
Billy
it was-
Horschel's
I would-
15-1.
15-1. All right. Yeah, on Birdies and Bourbon's episode this week, they were talking about a PGA event being played at a Norman course. And
Yeah.
he's like, some lawyer is getting fired because if there's not a clause saying that if you're suing me, I can't pull out of your golf course,
Yeah.
something's wrong.
100%. I mean, and they mentioned like Greg Norman's probably loving it right now.
Oh my God. I mean, I can't wait to see the coverage to talk about this design golf course here in Mexico.
They're like, somebody come restore this real quick. Someone
Can
put
you-
the tees in a different spot.
Can you
ASAP.
just move one tee and then we can say it's a redesign of a former
Yeah.
player's?
What qualifies as a redesign?
I have to give it to Greg though. That course is definitely awesome.
Yeah, you've played it, right?
Yeah. It's a fun one.
So I don't know if it was Birdies and Bourbon that said it or if I heard it somewhere else, but this is their last year at Mayakoba PGA, and supposedly Liv might take it over.
That course
Go.
is awful. Nah, that's cool. It's such a good place for a tournament too, because it's like surrounded by these super high end resorts. It's ideal for players because it's just take their families down. It's super nice.
Yeah.
And it's right in the
It's
middle.
a chill
of it.
week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a chill week.
Yeah.
You can tell by the field that not a lot of people are partaking in it, but
Yeah.
some are. Some are.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, Jeremy.
I'm gonna bounce
we will
now.
bid you
guys-
adieu.
Yep. Take it easy.
You take it easy.
You take it easy, buddy.
And build that software so it doesn't break again. All right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do
It's a
better.
whole other episode.
Software engineer.
Don't play
better.
net. Build better software.
See you later.
Bye.
Later.
Don't pass the buck. Build better software. So I put a thing out earlier on Instagram asking, what does anybody else want to talk about tonight? And
Did someone say Bandon?
Lifa Hosky said birdies.
Birdies.
This guy hit 10 grens, hit 10 grens, said Bandon. And then Trey said, how crazy our friends are about golf trips. I'm not complaining either.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I know about that one.
You're poison. You're just
So yeah, I was a little toasty last night. 100%.
Did everybody
And,
else book flights or just you?
Trey and Julian book flights. So obviously I played Coyote Springs with Paprika Way, Trey, Julian, and Glenn on Sunday.
How far did Glenn throw his driver in that video?
It hit the mid shaft, hit the curb of the cart path in green. So the driver head hit grass.
Thank God.
The grip hit the cart path, but it bounced and it might have got a little nick, maybe
That
a little nick.
That was a toss.
Yeah.
I'd like to shot tracer that. That was.
It wasn't like a super angry toss. It was just like, I'm not happy with this right now. Fuck
I'm
this
not
thing.
happy with it.
Let's go. Let's
get out of
throw
here.
it. Let's
Forget
toss it.
about it.
Yeah. So we went out there, and obviously in the car, I bring it up. I have to, of course. And Julian says he's down, and me and Julian are all into it, and of course we talk Trey into it. So I said, "Are you guys sure?" Like, we all know Dan is down to literally do any golf trip, anything golf. Dan is down, which I love Dan for that. Like, Dan's ride or die. I love that. But so we're talking, and then last night I was a little toasty after trick or treating, and I threw them all in a group chat. I said, "Hey, are we doing this?" And everyone says, "Yeah." So I go book the Airbnb. It's off of number 6 at Pinehurst, par 3. It's a really good deal. Dan got a good quote for the golf, and so I'm like, I'm toasty. So let's just throw it on the Amex, So I threw it out there. I screenshot it, send it to everyone. Hey, our Airbnb and our cottage is booked. We're good. So they're like, "You just booked that?" And I said, "Yes." And I said, "When are we leaving? When are we going?" And I go to Southwest and I book my plane. I book the flight because we're toasty. we're confirming things.
I know I'm gonna wait till you're buzzed before I ask you for paying for your side games or registering for tournaments from now on.
Yeah. So I book my flight. I send the screenshot. Let's fucking go. And Trey follows immediately. For the most part, he asked me a couple questions. I said, "I love you, bro. Let's do it." And he books it. And then Julian, of course, has to go on a different airline. I don't know why. Julian's looking for the best deal or using points because Julian travels a lot. So whatever. He might have points on another thing. And I said, "LOL, close enough. 30 minutes after we land, that's fine."
So yeah, rental car.
Yeah, it's the flights and the beds are booked, so it's
there you
it's
go.
happening. I'm super stoked. Number 1 on my list. Couldn't be a better group. I mean, unless it was CDP coming. I texted Jeremy last week. He ignored me. So I knew Jeremy probably wouldn't be able to go anyway, but yeah,
I would love to go,
group.
but
yeah, I mean,
I gotta budget my trips.
We're thrown out. It's a gamble. It's a toss up. It could be frigid. It could be spectacular. So, I mean, Tobacco Road is probably. Yeah, Tobacco Road is probably. I mean, public courses. It's top 3 easily. So, I can't wait. The plan is 36 at Tobacco.
I can't wait to hear. Go ahead.
Yeah,
36 at Tobacco.
So we land around 6:00 next day. 36 at Tobacco Road, and then the next day we play 18 at Mid Pines and 18 at Pine Needles, where they played the U.S. Open this year. And then Saturday, the plan is Pinehurst number 4, Gilhan's redesign of the Don Ross Classic at Pinehurst, and then a little bit of a cradle, and then we head home.
Nice. Glad you're getting one in at Pinehurst.
I mean, dude, there's way too much golf there. It's
I'm gonna have to connect you with Adam from Three Guys because he lives in North Carolina and he knows all the hidden gems around there.
Yeah, I mean, there's just too much. It's a plethora of golf. It is the American cradle of golf. Like that's why the cradle is called the cradle, because that is golf capital in America, I think. At least that's the way I feel.
East Coast.
East Coast. I mean, Bandon's probably the best experience you'll ever get. So, but you know, Pinehurst is right there.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing what you have to say about tobacco, because I know 4 or 5 people that have played it, and it either comes back as, oh my God, it's amazing, or holy shit, it's terrible. So
Yeah. We talked about
I'm-
it a little bit on the Birdies and Bourbon podcast earlier today, which will come out on Thursday, I'm told. So tune into that. But Cal said he loved it. So I
Nice.
mean, I
yeah,
don't think
it's totally an individual thing. You know, that's why, and I respect your opinion on things. So
yeah. I mean,
it'd be interesting to hear.
I'm an architecture geek. Like, I mean, I'm not as geeky as the fried egg or anything like that, but
Don't sell yourself too short.
yeah, I don't know that much.
But it doesn't mean you're not into it.
Yeah, I'm 100% into it. To play a Mike Strantz course is like bucket list number one or two. Like, I want to play Seth Rayner super bad, but
Yeah, I haven't
like
done
that
it
dude,
yet.
that dude obviously passed way before his time, and he only built like 6 to 8 golf courses, eight golf courses. I know he had a hand in the redesign of Monterey Peninsula or Cypress Point, one of those. I can't remember, but dude seemed like a mad genius and like quirky as fuck, but super sick and like just I can't wait.
All right, so
Powered by Riverside FM.
I'll throw that in there real quick. So when Jeremy and I were playing Club of Sunrise, which I totally forgot to set up Club of Sunrise bingo. And Jeremy's like, damn it, because I would have had naked homeless man on the street corner. But the course was actually not in terrible shape. It was, the greens were the most beat up I've ever seen them.
Oh, really?
Because you know that grass, how durable it is, and it's sometimes you don't even need a pitch mark. Yeah, you or a divot tool. You definitely needed. Yeah, I mean it was soft, rolled great, but man, yeah, it was in pretty good shape. Pretty good shape. But Jeremy said, "You know what we should do?" And I was hoping to catch him before he bounced on this, but he can hop in next week and ask or get it. He said we should do in most underrated holes in Vegas.
Okay.
Oh, you're going for a refill. Look at you.
Just a little bit.
Oh, you're just
The Borelli brothers.
fancy.
You know what I really like is
is
a bourbon with a cork, not like the fake plastic.
What is this one? Let's see what mine.
What do you have? What do you have?
This is what I have.
Okay. Oh, you still have that one. That's the first one you bought ever.
Because I'm not a fucking alcoholic like you. I guess that's glass.
Yeah, that's glass. Yeah. You should go down to Total Wine. They have I think it's Wilderness Trail. Typically $50. It's on sale for $35. It's a good one.
Oh, not bad. This is really. I like this one. It's nice.
You know what we need is a smoke wagon sponsorship from Vegas. They're from Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hit them up. You're doing all this, outreach and other podcasts. And when it comes down to the work, though, you're going to be like, no, you can do that.
Yeah, I got a
that.
kid.
You got that. Yeah. Yeah. And one on the way. Yeah. So most underrated holes in Vegas. So everybody knows the famous holes around here, the great holes, the holes we love. But what is an underrated hole?
That's a tough one to just come off the top of the dome.
Well, so here's some of my list. I think number 1 at Coyote is a very underrated hole. It's pretty wide open, pretty big fairway, not that long, but that green complex and the surrounding areas around it, if you don't hit the green, it's really hard to get up and down. It's a challenging first hole. And I think when you leave there and head to the second, you kind of how you did on that hole kind of dictates what's going to happen over the next couple. And if
Yeah.
you're slipping, you can get in some trouble. So I think that's an
Yeah.
underrated hole.
Yeah, I mean it's tough to just because obviously you picture the holes that are overrated or it's hard to pull one out. I mean there's a lot. Of course, we got some great courses out here. Got some great golf holes out here. So
I think number one on Concord, very underrated. Maybe it's a first hole thing for me.
maybe
Because that hole, if you're playing from the tips,
we've also played Sheep Ranch, so
what does that mean?
number one is
Oh, that's the best first hole of golf. Yeah. Okay. I got you. Sorry. That's not underrated though.
no, but that's what I'm saying. Maybe you have an affinity for
First holes.
first holes.
It could be. It could be. Let's see. The first holes at Paiute are kind of boring. I think Sun, Wolf, and Snow are all kind of.
Snow's got a decent first hole. I would say
Yeah.
Snow's the best first hole out there, probably.
The fifth hole on Sun over the lake, the uphill.
Mhm.
That's a very underrated golf hole because
good
that is
hole, yeah.
that's a blind approach shot. Very misleading how far away that fairway is. Yeah, so we're gonna dig into this a little bit, and
I would say number one at National is pretty underrated.
oh, tidbit of history for you. I don't know if you know this. You've been around a long time. The professional long drivers,
Yeah,
they used to play
tee
there.
off on that one, yeah.
Yeah. The big old Remax balloon was in the middle of the fairway, way down there. That's a big hole.
Yeah, I mean, and you don't think it's as big as it is. That's the thing.
It's got some nice protection too. Small green, not a very big green.
So this leads to what's the best opening hole in Vegas?
Ooh. I would say Rio Seco when it was flipped, but not anymore because that hole's pretty bland now.
Yeah.
When it was 10 though, that was a great first hole.
Man, yeah, it's tough. Might have to stick with
TPC
Scada number one on that. Maybe.
You know
Contender
what?
for sure.
It's a super contender.
Yeah.
Number one at Shadow 2. I mean, that is a fan. You've seen it. You've been out there.
Yeah.
That's a spectacular hole. Playing it is different than watching it, but man. Let's see. So High number one. Yeah, it's not.
Nothing special.
Nothing special. Downhill. Let's see. Can we go Roads? No.
A drivable par 4 to open it. Now look. Tell me what hole I'm describing. Right, you're not looking into the sun.
TPC
Drivable
Vegas.
par 4. You got to hit a little tight draw. Probably like 290, 300. What hole is this? And would you consider that a good opening hole? Tight little draw, maybe over some trees. About 300. Is that a good opening hole?
Which one? Who are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Is it a good opening hole? If I'm just describing it to you.
Oh, yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah. Okay. Where is it?
I don't know. I'm trying to think.
Darden's Gardens. It's not bad. It's not a bad opening hole.
It used to be the driving range, so it.
Yeah, but it's not anymore.
I know, but
But it's not a bad opening hole. That's all I'm saying.
No, the green makes it a bad hole.
Yeah, that green is pretty rough most of the time.
That's a bad one. But yeah, that's a fun first hole.
Yeah, you gotta. It's a immediate risk reward hole. Pull out the driver
right out the gates. Out the gates.
Yep, 4-iron or driver. What you gonna do?
Yeah, I like to take less club and then push it right, or top it left.
Coyote
Get-
Run opening hole is pretty good, and so is Desert Hawk. Those are both
Desert
good
Hawk
opening
is
holes.
a fantastic.
Those are both good holes.
I don't like the first at Coyote Run because no matter it's that
This is
right
Boulder
side.
Creek, for those that don't know.
Yeah, the right side just sucks that ball over. I hit a beautiful.
It usually does. That's right.
At the when I played with Bob in that scramble event, I hit because I that hole owns me. It just absolutely owns me, and I hit a perfect drive up the left side, put it in the middle of the green, 2-putt par, and I'm like, shit, I don't think I've one ever hit the green here and 2 made par. So I'm really happy right now. So I'm carrying that into our tournament, and I hit the ball in the exact same spot, but it had a little bit of fade on it, and it ended up in the right rough. And I'm like, how the fuck did this get over here?
Yeah, it happens.
Man, but I still played it pretty well from there. So, but yeah, I don't like that hole as much. Like I said, I've said this before. If you put the Desert Hawk first hole on Coyote Run, that would be one of the best 9 holes in Vegas.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
All right, so we'll do that. Most underrated and the best opening hole in Vegas. We'll add that to the list of shit we need to do. So we'll get Jeremy involved.
Yeah, when I was on Birdies and Bourbon earlier,
Wait, you were on something earlier? What?
yeah, Birdies and Bourbon. So their podcast, but I was asking his rotation that he's going to play, and they're playing sheep first. So I was like, that kind of might be a mistake. I mean, but I mean, you can't get a better opening hole out there. So it's going to be the welcome to Jurassic Park moment where you're like, holy shit, like I'm abandoned.
Yeah, but you're not gonna get the Jurassic Park moment. That no.
Yeah, but I said, but
no.
but what I said is, if you're there the day before, just go play Preserve.
Go play the Preserve.
Yeah, go. If you're there early enough the day before, go get to Preserve as quick as possible. So, I mean, it's the best opening hole out there. It really is.
Yeah, I mean it's
the best opening hole I've ever played. Probably. I mean, literally the best opening hole I've probably ever played in my life.
I can't think of anything that even comes close.
More dramatic,
maybe Shadow, but that's about it. But you can't compare. I mean, there's no comparison.
Yeah.
It's just remarkable.
Yeah, it's when you get down there and
see. To me, there's 2 Welcome to Jurassic Park moments at Bandon for me, and that's when you leave the second green at Trails and head to the 3rd tee box. It's where you're leaving the dunes and you're walking into the meadows and you see the course, what you can see. It just goosebumps.
Yeah.
And then coming over the Ghost Tree Hill, it's that is just.
I mean, there's many of them out there. I think there's number 1 at Sheep. There's coming over the Ghost Tree Hill.
4 on Pack.
There's you're approaching a number 1 on Bandon Dunes. There is 16 on Bandon Dunes.
16 on Bandon Dunes.
Though that's like you've played for a little while. I don't know if that's a welcoming. That might be like welcome to your life kind of situation, maybe.
Welcome to a moment you'll never forget.
But I would say the approach in number 1 is probably as close as Sheep Ranch number 1 you're going to get out there, personally, because Ghost Tree Hole is number 3. That might be a little late.
It's your 3rd tee shot, so I mean,
but that's not really a welcome. You're not being welcomed.
Yeah,
you've already been welcomed by the flagpole. I mean, we could probably debate this for the next 8 years, but
yeah, of course.
There's
that's
a lot
what makes it fun.
But the thing is there's a lot of moments out there that just make it the most incredible place in the world.
Yeah, see, look, it knows the.
Yeah, I know.
The new color scheme for the podcast artwork.
Have we? There's nothing about Solstice 23 yet. Nothing. And it's crazy. Crazy. I mean, are they this late to the party? Did we just miss out
I don't know. Text me in the morning. I'll send an email.
'Kay.
See if we can find out what the hell's going on. See if we can find out what the hell's going on. We don't have boots on the ground there until January, so
Yeah, true.
which I'm glad to hear. Scotty's sticking around.
Yeah, 100%.
All right, so tour is in Mexico. If you want to run down the odds,
Yeah, I can do that.
Jeremy's made
gladly.
his pick.
Dude, how good are sports books, though? I had
At
the
picking
over
players?
last night. And it was a half a point under.
They know what they're doing.
They
The sharps
definitely
are on
do.
it, man.
Yeah, they know what they're doing, 100%. All right, PGA Tour, the Worldwide Tech Championship. Favorite Scotty Scheffler, 9.5 to 1. Victor Hovland, 10 to 1. Billy Horschel, 15 to 1. Tony Finau, Colin Morikawa, 16 to 1. Aaron Wise, 18 to 1. Brian Harmon, Mav McNeely, 25 to 1. Taylor Montgomery, Tom Hoagie, Russell Henley, 28 to 1. Thomas Detry, the field, 30 to 1. Brendan Todd, Emiliano Grillo, 35 to 1. Seamus, 40 to 1. Jason Day, 45 to 1, along with Matt Kuchar and Kyung Hoon Lee, which is Tom Kim, as well as Patrick Rogers. 55 to 1, Harris English, Justin Lauer, Keith Mitchell, Andrew Putnam, Alexander Noren, 55 to 1. We're going to go down because this is a lot. Grayson Sigg, 85 to 1. David Lipsky, 100 to 1. Ryan Palmer, 125 to 1. Ches Reavie, 150 to 1. Sam Ryder, 200 to 1. Henrik Norlander, 250 to 1. At the bottom, you got quite a few people. Holy cow. Patton Kazire, Robert Streb, Harry Hall at the bottom. Ben Martin,
Yeah,
Ben
Harry
Taylor,
Dammit.
Matthias Schwab, Zach Blair,
Matthias.
Kramer Hickok, Justin Bramlett, and Paul Haley II. It's my pick, right?
Yes, Joe, it is your pick.
I'm gonna go. Let me go Alexander Noren, 55 to 1.
Okay, so I gotta know, why the hell are you taking him? I want to know what's in your brain.
Because it's a long shot, and I like the name, and I've seen him play well. It gets me bonus points.
Data Golf has him at 70% to make the cut.
Hey.
Which is not bad.
I mean, you never know. I mean, you get struck by lightning too, so it's, who knows?
Yeah, that is true. All right, so my pick, gosh darn it, I really would love to take Seamus on back-to-back wins. It's been a while since we've had a back-to-back winner. Let's go with I'm gonna go with one of your guys that you like to take. Let's go with the sandwich, Mr. Hoagie.
Okay, I like
Tom Hoagie.
28 to 1.
In the bonus.
He's a great player, man. He's playing the
Yeah.
G425 too, right?
Is he a ping? Is he
I think
ping?
he's ping.
Oh, I should have looked at the ping guys. Now that I'm on the ping wagon.
I think he is ping.
The ping wagon. Anything you want to talk about, Joe? Anything on your mind before we get out of here?
On my mind, I don't think so. I mean,
no.
Anything on your mind?
Oh, dude, there's always things on my
mind. The only thing on my mind currently is the next golf trip, which is going to be on my mind after the next golf trip, and then after that one.
You're gonna be a peeler and be like, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna join VGN. I just got too much going on.
Dude, I got a taste for it this year.
I got golf trips and Yeah,
hell of a year
baby.
for golf trips, and
Yeah, this was
I am addicted to the golf trip 100%.
oh
Like,
my God, it's
might need to go to therapy at some point.
we can have a therapeutic session. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I once one's done, I have to find out when the next one is, and I can't wait for the next one. I literally cannot wait. It's number one on my list.
It's a
North
blast.
Carolina. I can't wait.
Golf trips are so much fun. I mean,
Yeah,
that Georgia trip was the first time for me going with more than just one person. So it was, I mean, it's so much fun. It's just so much fun. The
I
the
think
playing golf is a blast. The hanging out afterwards
yeah.
is a blast. The car rides are a blast.
The only thing that could have made the Georgia trip better is
Oh
a
Jesus!
little bit less driving.
Oh,
Like that was a lot of
oh, that's right.
driving.
You got to play Sweetens. I forgot.
No, I'm saying that it was we were trekking. We were in a new place
Oh
every night. It
yeah,
felt like
yeah.
North Carolina we're huddled
we
up
could-
in one
if-
spot and everything's within 40 minutes. So
Dude, I would have not had any issues not playing Macklemore, not going to Alabama, and just staying in that cottage for 5 days and playing Reynolds
Mhm.
Lake multiple times. I would have been totally cool with that.
yeah.
Because
I
that
mean that
place
cottage
was
was amazing.
oh,
Also,
and
what it
everything
cost
was
us $87,000. But
yes.
no,
Sorry,
if you
Emma.
want to
I
continue
know
to
you
stay
really
there,
want
you
to
have
go to college, but
we need member dues.
ah,
Yeah, it was a lot of driving. The cool thing about North Carolina is everything is in one spot. Like we're camped out at one house, you get to get familiar with it, feel comfortable, and
yeah, you get to
offshoot from there. Like,
you know where you're going, and you just get to
yeah,
chill.
I mean,
That's what's so awesome about Bandon is
is you
there's
stay
no
at one
driving.
spot, yeah,
You're
yeah.
just there,
You
and
call a
everything is
shuttle,
at
they
your
pick you up,
fingertips.
and you're good to go. So that I mean,
I'm sure you hyped up the breakfast sandwiches.
I hyped up the meatloaf, the breakfast sandwiches at Sheep Ranch, the lunch sandwich at Sheep Ranch. Is it Tony's Seafood Shack in town?
Tony's
It's
Crab Shack or Tony's
it's
Crab
something
Shack.
like
Yeah, I
that.
think
It's the Crab Shack, whatever.
ugh,
I hyped
so
up
good.
New River. Yeah, gave him everything I could. I'm sure there's some things I missed because there's way more to do in Bandon than you would think, and way more to talk about.
I still
Hyped up
haven't done everything. I've been there 4 times.
hyped up barefoot golf on the preserve at sunset at you know so
Are they gonna go barefoot? Did you talk them into it?
probably I doubt it. I mean they're going in December, so it's like that's hard to do. I mean if you got
Dude,
good
have you
weather,
seen
you
Schuster's
you're
videos
tripping.
lately?
Dude, the weather looks great up there.
Have you seen his videos where he's just in full rain gear regatta and just it's
Yeah,
coming
I've seen
down?
a couple of those, but
Oh,
there's also been there's been great looking days too, so
yeah.
it's one of those things. And I talked about how I told him to check out the Golf Homie episode, how he talks about how it's in one of those areas in the world, like with the magnetic field and the it's a special place and it's gonna give you what it wants to give you. And yeah, man, I'm jealous. They're gonna be there for 7 days.
Oh my lord.
36 a day. They already have reservations at the Forge and Pack Grill and
Wow.
the one
They're
mistake.
going all out.
The one mistake is McKee's is only on the last day. The last night is McKee's. I said, you better change that. Make it the first day.
Ma, the
Get the
meatloaf.
meatloaf because you're gonna want it again. I guarantee you. So
Wow.
yeah,
Wow.
they're going with some dudes that have been up there 7 or 8 times. So
Oh, okay. They're gonna be fine.
yeah, they'll be okay. I mean, it's all dependent on weather. Your experience in
Yep.
December at Bandon is dependent on weather for the most part. But
We
it's
will
gonna
keep our
give you
fingers crossed for you.
yeah, 100%. It's gonna give
But
you what it wants to give you though.
I will tell you guys this, and you may have heard me say this on previous episodes. The first time I played there, I played Pack Dunes by myself. It was smoky from the Northern California fires. It was foggy. It was windy. It was a drizzle rain. I played by myself, no caddy, and it was arguably the most fun I've ever had in my life.
Yep.
That just the weather doesn't matter. You get to make out of it what you can.
I said on the podcast, I said as long as you don't have rain and the crazy wind, you're good. But if you have either or, you're okay.
Yeah.
If you don't have both, then if you have both, that might be a struggle, honestly. But you're at Bandon.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
yeah, go.
You're Bandon.
They're gonna drop that episode on Thursday. Birdies and Bourbon.
Give them
like
a
I said,
follow.
give them a follow on Instagram. I listen to them every week now. Since I met Cal over at Sweetens. I love listening to it because they're super knowledgeable on golf players, golf bets. They do the fantasy draft shit, and they break down on Fantasy National, and they throw out those dark horses that are you don't really think about. So
Is that where you got Norin from?
maybe.
Don't lie. Don't lie.
Did you listen to their podcast this week?
I listened to. I told you I did. I was talking about where they were talking about the lawyer for the PGA, but I didn't finish it.
Well, they break down every because unfortunately in Las Vegas we don't have fantasy golf or fantasy anything betting, which is so dumb. It's so dumb. So they break down every tier, like 10,000, 9,000, because you have a salary cap basically. So Norton was mentioned in there, of course, but I wish we had that. I would be doing that every single week. I'd be playing fantasy golf for money every single week.
Oh my goodness! That when DraftKings was here,
they are here. Their corporate offices here.
I know, but when we could
just
play,
saying, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, preaching to the choir, son. Preaching to the choir.
I know.
I would have to take out a loan because it's so much fun to play, and I'm terrible at it. But
but I mean, like $5 could win you like 10 grand.
Oh yeah, it's ridiculous.
That's what's cool about
it was so much fun. It's so much fun.
Yeah, I wish we had it out here, but they really break down that stuff, and they talk about strokes gained on all those players. So it's a great listen. They're going to Bandon soon, so
yeah, so go listen.
We're from living out of Atlanta and Raleigh, North Carolina, and they talk about the sleazy little 9-hole course in South Pittsburgh, Tennessee, often, which I'm a fan of, and hopefully we're going next year.
Golf
I officially canceled my Sweetens tee times.
You did?
Today. I said
that was
with
good
great sadness.
With great sadness, I'm giving up these 20 passes.
I'm gonna have to cancel my times. I could not.
Smarter heads prevailed.
Yeah, like total
I jumped the gun a little.
Yeah, but I didn't necessarily mean to get 20 tee times. But they wrote back like, "No worries, Joe. Appreciate it. Like, hopefully we'll see you soon." Like. Because I thought,
who's this?
You're giving
that's
up
that fucker that showed up with a bunch of guys that wanted to get on with no reservation. Yeah, him. Fuck him.
I mean, if you're canceling 20 tee times, you feel like they're going to be upset, but no, they were cool about it. He said,
because
no worries.
I'm sure they went right back out and filled up.
Yeah, it's going to get booked, so.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in to this week's show. Sorry, Jeremy couldn't hang with us the whole entire episode, but the man's busy. He's important. Yeah. He's got shit to do.
He's building the next Google.
Google. We got our VGN tournament Saturday. It's the finals. 2 champions will be crowned. Did you see the trophies?
I did. Very cool. Very cool shit.
Yeah, they came out pretty good. Pretty happy with those. Gonna be hanging out at Rebellion. Dude, their beer menu is amazing. All local craft brew. Awesome. So good. So good. Had an amazing Bad Beat sour today. That was.
You went up there today too?
Yeah, I went in to talk to him. Let him know, see if there's anything we need to do to make sure if 28 people show up that everything's going to be okay. Mm. He's like, pretty busy day for us, but
we'll figure it out.
Not going to turn you away. And I'm like, hey, I'll be happy if we get 28, probably be 10, but you never know.
I got 2 weddings this weekend.
Who are you, Kyle Peeler?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Peeler. I mean, geez, that dude goes to weddings every single weekend.
Hey, anybody that knows him, start giving him shit. I told him, I said, you need to play this year. Enough's enough.
Well, he's finally moved into his house, so
Mm-hmm.
congrats to them. But
Yes.
now it's time to figure out how you're going to get those clubs out of those garage and onto the VGN golf course tournament.
Yes. Exactly. Exactly. So, what was I gonna say? Oh, Las Vegas Golf Superstore. Thank you so much for the support. We appreciate you. I'm gonna come see you guys tomorrow. Bob West, the golfing real estate agent. His link is in the show notes. Check that out. FN3P Golf. Much love to you guys. There's a discount code on there for all these CDP listeners. Check that out in the show notes. There's a clickable link. Take it right to their website. Some of the best, most affordable golf polos around. No lie. No lie. And also want to give some love to True Linkswear. They're our homies going way back, and we love their support. So I got nothing else, man. If that's it, why don't you take us home, Joseph?
I got one last thing before I take you guys
Ooh.
out. If you have a black even flow shaft in an X or a stiff 75 gram 5-wood length shaft, hit me up. I got to switch this blue one out. A little too spinny.
Uh-oh.
So yeah, if you got something similar, hit me up. I will purchase it from you. I know it's an old one, but if it's sitting around, let me know. Other than that, thanks for tuning in. This is the Chasing Daylight podcast, and we are here every single week, rain or shine, dead or alive, on Wednesdays.
Windy as hell or not? Crickets,
5
locusts.
a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Yeah, we're here for you, and we want to hear what you think every single week. Give us your shout outs, give us your thoughts. Go check me out on Birdies and Bourbon this week. It's dropping on Thursday. They're the homies. And if you have any recommendations for the show, let us know.
We're all ears.
All ears. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week for episode number 190.
190. Yeah, 190. Yep.
Wow.
We're 11 or 10 away from 200.
Whoa,
Ooh.
we better throw a fucking party.
You know when 200 is going to happen? When you're in...
That puts us in line for number 200 for the new year, 2023.
Yep.
Right there somewhere
Right
in that
there.
little realm. All right, thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you on the next one. Peace.
Later.